Second question, the head of the fetus is engaged if. This is the Crichton method, the abdominal method to find whether the head is engaged or not. This is done using the 5 fingers of your hand. Now, from the pelvic brim, if the entire head is above, you'll be able to keep all your 5 fingers over the head. You say it is floating. That is, 5/5 are palpable. All your 5 fingers can feel the head. If only 4 are palpable, you say that it is at the pelvic brim. If 3/5 or 2/5 are palpable, you say the head is not engaged, non-engaged head. But if only 1/5 is palpable, you say the head has engaged. And if 0/5 are palpable per abdomen, you say the head is deep in the pelvis. So in this question, the answer is the head is said to be engaged if 1/5 is palpable. Question 3. When the fetus is in an attitude of flexion, the presentation is. Here, we need to study a few terms for this. What happens? What is the attitude of the fetus? What do you understand by presentation? We'll start with presentation. What is presentation? It is the part of the fetus that lies in the pelvic inlet. Lying in the pelvic inlet is the presentation. Now, just a word about lie before that. Lie is the relationship of the fetal longitudinal axis to the uterine ovoid. Most commonly, the lie is longitudinal. So, in a longitudinal lie, the presentation is usually cephalic or breech. That is, if this is the uterine axis, the baby will be like this only. Okay, this is the relationship, the longitudinal to the uterine axis, and the presentation here is cephalic. So we've got presentation, we've got lie. What is the presenting part? It is the most dependent part of the fetal body in the birth canal. This is the part that lies over the internal os, or lies over the cervical os, and the part that enters the birth canal. That is the presenting part. Then we've got something called the denominator. The denominator is any arbitrary chosen bony point on the presenting part. For example, if the vertex is the presenting part, the denominator is occiput. If face is the presenting part, denominator is mentum or the chin. If brow is the presenting part, denominator is sinciput. The arbitrarily chosen bony point next to the brow is the sinciput. If breech is presenting, then it is the sacrum. If it is a shoulder presentation, then the acromion process of the scapula will be the presenting part. So that is it. Next we have got position. Position is the relationship between the denominator to the quadrants of the uterus. The most common position that you see is left occipito-transverse in a cephalic presentation. The most common occipito-anterior position you see is left occipito-anterior. That means in the pelvis, the occiput is towards the left and anterior. The most common occipito-posterior position is a right occipito-posterior. If it is a breech presentation, the most common position is left sacro-anterior, and in face it is left mento-anterior. One more thing, attitude. We had also discussed attitude. Attitude is the relationship of the fetal body parts to one another. The attitude can be one of flexion, the attitude can be one of extension. Here, what is your question? When the fetus is in an attitude of flexion, what is the presentation? All the parts are flexed. Then the presentation is cephalic. Question 4. Which of the following Lippolds grip is shown in the image? We have got 4 different Lippolds grips. These are the grips that help us to determine how the fetus is lying. What is the attitude of the fetus in the uterus? We'll start with the first grip. That is the fundal grip. You palpate the fundus of the uterus and try to make out which part is there. Usually, in a case of cephalic presentation, you will be able to feel a soft, boggy, non-ballotable mass at the fundus, which is the breech. The second grip, which is the lateral grip. Lateral grip helps us to determine the lie of the fetus, where the back of the fetus is, where the limbs of the fetus is. The lateral grip is also known as the umbilical grip. Third, you've got the Paulick's grip, also known as the second pelvic grip. This helps us to determine whether the head is engaged or not. You use the ulnar border of your hand, fix it, and try to move the head from one side to the other. The fourth one is the first pelvic grip, that determines the attitude of the fetal head, whether it is completely flexed or whether it is deflexed. This was the image in the question. This represents a Paulick's grip that helps determine the engagement. So that was such a short topic, and you'll be able to get all the answers from this discussion.